What are we even talking about today, dog?
I want to talk about you
What about me? Yeah, okay, fine. You're going
and
to
the whole
interview
runway
me.
thing.
3, 2, 1. It's the Soul Engineer back again with another season, another episode of Engineer Thoughts. Welcome back, Masimba and I, as we are doing this one more time for you guys.
What up? What up? Yo, before anything, I know like it's March and
Hey,
this is probably going to trigger a few people, but Happy New Year.
Golezwa.
Guleja.
Yeah, I mean, from
Yeah,
us, it's
because
Happy New Year's.
it's Happy New Year because this is like the first Engineer Thought episode for the
Exactly.
year. And
Exactly.
it's almost mid-March, which is crazy, but
No, it's a summer still.
because of how things were and stuff like that,
Still the beginning
we
of
couldn't
March.
really manage to do that. But you know what? As long as we start, that's the important thing. So yeah, I'm glad to be back and back doing this thing.
That's the
My
major
favorite
thing.
thing to do nowadays.
That's the major thing. 2021. I know people are like, yeah, no, we're 3 months into this, man. You can't be saying this. But man, 2021 is still every day, every new day is a new chance to do something new about your life. I know some of you guys have done these New Year's resolutions, which you've probably forgotten before February.
Yeah.
which is another reason I stopped doing putting my New Year's resolutions to start in January. I just didn't want to be part of that crowd that, loses things along the line.
Mm.
But yeah, back to my point. My point is, bruh, you can still get back to them. You still have time to work on them. So
Yeah.
do that. But
Well, the most important thing about having resolutions is, of course, to write things down.
exactly.
You get, because if you don't write them down and they're in your head, they can easily fall out of your head. But if
Hmm?
you have a reminder, you have a notebook or something like that where you wrote your resolutions, then it's easier for you to keep track of things.
All the time, you know what to do. You know what you set your mind on. You know what path you want to follow. And
Mm-hmm.
even if you don't achieve it, maybe within the set time that you wanted to achieve it,
Yeah.
you got to learn something along the journey. Even if you didn't achieve it at all, you got to learn something along the journey. And that's not in vain. It's never in vain.
It never is in vain.
Mm.
So, yeah, speaking of activities and resolutions, we have our gentleman here, Mr. Soul Engineer, who partnered with the Global Runway to start Runway Live on
Yes.
YouTube. So, you guys started a podcast.
It's the Runway Live. Yes. We started a podcast.
So, lo and I for the streets.
This guy, relax. It's not like that. It's not like that.
That's what they all say. It's not like that.
Ah,
Yeah,
no.
but how did you come up with the idea of starting Runway Live? And can you just give us, a nitpick into what you guys will be talking about
Mhm.
and what exactly is it that you're representing?
Okay. The Runway Live. I think let me just start off by what the Runway Live is. The Runway Live is a podcast that is under the Global Runway. And the Global Runway is an organization by Botswana internationals for Botswana who want to move out of the country or who are moving out of the country and need help settling in wherever they're going to. If you're going to SA, if you're going to um if you're going to UK, if you're coming to Russia, if you're going to Argentina, although I don't know anyone going to Argentina, if you're going to China, we're trying to help you do that. And what do we mean by help? Preparing you mentally. We mean like giving you maybe a set list of things that you may need to know before you get to a place. And just, sitting you down and telling you the facts as they are. Because we've noticed that a lot of kids come or move out of the country not knowing anything about where they're going to, and as a result they face many struggles they when they get there, which can result into things like depression or even just getting, hijacked, not hijacked, getting like people stealing money from you and all that stuff. Those are common things that can happen this side. So yeah, we're trying to mitigate that and make sure people enjoy that, move out
staying there.
peacefully. Yeah. Now
Yeah,
the run.
so essentially, you're trying to get people to be streetwise
Yeah, I
about the
mean,
environment they're going into.
we're trying to get you to be streetwise. And yeah, man, the runway live, however, it's I'd say it's the part of the runway, the global runway, that re- puts this vision into reality,
Mhm.
where we get to talk about these things. How was it the first time you moved out from home? How was it when you left your country for the first time? How did you feel when you got to the country you're in right now? Are you coping with the culture? Are you coping with the food? Are you coping with the weather? You know,
Mhm.
we are taking these questions and really unpacking them and giving the solid truths as they are to the people, because that's what people need nowadays, man. The truth,
Mm.
not sweet nothings.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, that's quite interesting. So as you're saying, you're probably trying to globalize this whole project.
Yes.
And I think I watched the opening video, which was done by the president of the organization, Paco Lekoko, and
Yes.
she was talking about how there are certain members all across Europe, and I'm guessing also in America as well.
Yes.
So I wanted to ask whether you guys will also be having some guests from all those other side of the, like from North America, South America, from Asia, from Europe, from Africa. Is it going to be a slightly diversified thing, or it's just going to be generalized in terms of how university life is, and you
Mhm.
know in which steps you should take in general?
Mm. The plan is indeed to bring guests through, to actually have more than just one voice speaking on the podcast, to have different experiences, people who have different experiences, to share their experiences, so that we may get to see their perspective. Maybe they
Mhm.
have something we don't have. Maybe they've seen something we haven't seen. And that is the plan. That is something you should stay tuned in for, to see guests, to have guests through, and to get to hear things from people that are not us. Not the soul engineer, not Una Ludo, not Masimba, maybe, if you talk about it here. Someone else, a new voice, a new breath of fresh air.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, a fresh stream of content
Hmm.
which is diversified and touches into different things always keeps your audience engaged and
Yeah.
captivated. So that's a very good thing in itself. So let's try and reel it back a bit.
Yes.
And I'd like to ask you the first question. How did you actually come into contact with the
Ah.
Global Runway?
So, funny enough, the Global Runway found me
Mhm.
through the podcast, but not just a random Google search and then you find the soul engineer. It's
Yeah.
obviously through a friend of mine who
Mhm.
who happened who happens actually to still to this day work in the Global Runway.
Okay.
So I think roundabout after episode 3 or 4, maybe episode 3 of the podcast,
Mm.
somewhere in August. No, early August, these guys, he hits me up. He's like, "Yo, dude, I see you're doing a podcast. I like what you guys are doing." And
Mhm.
he's like, "I think we'd need someone like you this side. We'd want someone like
Yeah.
you we like what you do and we want that this side in the global runway." I'm like, "Well, what do you guys exactly need?"
Mm.
That's what I was trying to find out. And he just gave me all the details about the global runway, what it does, what they're for, what they want to do, what they want to achieve. And at that time, I was actually trying to conceptualize some sort of society that can help Russian kids in Russia.
Okay.
Like that was the weird part. I was trying to come up with the idea. I had written down the ideas. I had tried to come up with the structure. I had maybe asked a few friends here and there about it. I was like, but bro, don't you think we are so disconnected from Russia? Like people this side are so disconnected from life in Russia that you literally come here and you know absolutely almost nothing about it.
Nothing.
You know. So when that was happening and the Global Runway contacted me, I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. What's happening here, man? Someone steal my idea? and then and then
Plagiarism alert.
bro, and then I was like, turns out these guys have been in existence for over a year now. By that time, it was has been over a year since they've been doing this. So, if at all, at best, I'm the one stealing an idea from the ether of the universe. But yeah, it felt so cool that our plans actually aligned and our motion, the things we wanted to do aligned. And I literally discarded my plan of doing all of that because that's what the Global Runway was doing.
Mm.
And like, yeah, so initially it was more of they wanted me for something specific. And at that time, ish, I was still going through a dark corner. So
Yeah, I can imagine.
yeah, you remember as well. We
Yeah.
so I went back and forth about them. I was like, I don't think I can manage to do it right now. What you guys want me to do, and I I also in my mind I was like, I also don't think it would be fair for me to take upon something that I know in the current state I was in a higher possibility, I had a higher probability of letting people down. It just wouldn't be fair to them.
Mm.
So yeah, I mean, they're like, okay, no, we understand, but the opportunity is still open, the window is still open. And yeah, this the opportunity was open. And then somewhere mid-December, late December, or no, mid-December. Yeah, we got back in contact. I got back in contact with them again about it. And by that time, I had really made strides in towards getting out of my dark corner. So
Mhm.
I took it, man. It really felt like a good opportunity. And they gave me all the time to prepare for it. We shot
Yeah.
our first episode last week. And I knew about this last year. So literally, there was a lot of time in my hands to really sit down, think about it, contemplate it, expand it. And yeah, that's how I got into I don't know if I touched how I got into contact with them properly, but that's how I got into contact with them. We went back and forth about it. I vlogged about it also in my most recent YouTube video that's not a podcast.
Mhm.
And yeah, we eventually we came to a deal we could agree with.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That was great insight into how you actually got into contact with the organization. How things came together, especially in a time where you were saying you're trying to get out of a deep hole of
Yeah,
discouragement and everything was kind of a mess, and you're trying to get things together.
yeah.
Then these guys come out of nowhere,
I don't know. I was like, oh my
something
gosh.
this
Yeah,
big. Dude, that's just amazing.
it just
So
felt.
then, how did you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How did you feel the first episode was? Because of course this was with a new host,
A new
someone probably you
host.
hadn't worked with in that capacity
And
before. How did it feel?
I'm not gonna lie. I always expressed this sentiment to the people I was working in the team from the Runway Media. I was
Mm.
like, guys, now I'm scared. I'm scared. Like, and if you know me, I'm not easily scared. Like
Yeah,
you won't
yeah.
just hear me saying, "Hey, yo, dog," and I'm scared, dog. I'm shy.
You're not
Nah,
easily shaken.
you see. But that episode, dog, it was, bro. I really like, when you're trying to sit down and conceptualize how you're gonna do the podcast, and or how you're gonna do something, but nothing is coming out of your mind, bruv. Like writer's block,
It's,
but for videos.
but for video,
Yeah.
I get you. I
and,
get you.
and then like I also told like I DM Balko about it, or no, we talked about it over the phone, the president. And also I think I talked to Una Ludo about it. I was like, yo, I am scared. They're like, nah, dog, relax. But yeah, we eventually shot. And I wasn't even scared because I was working with new people or any of that. I think I was scared because I had no control over this platform. I had no immediate control over this.
Familiarity.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
you move from WWE wrestling and you're tossed into UFC.
Okay, yeah, that's a crazy jump.
Yeah, it
If I
feels
do say so
different.
myself.
Yeah, that's how it felt. Not that that's how it was, but that's how it felt. So I was like, but then when we shot, it really, I liked what we shot, and
Mm.
I think it was a good episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what people think about it, but you can check it down. We'll drop it in the link below. We'll drop a link below, and you can listen to it for yourself and tell us what you think about it.
Yeah, so yeah, that's quite insightful, interesting. And even I actually realized that even as the podcast went on, you seemed to become more acclimatized, more comfortable,
Yeah.
and the conversation became a bit more free flowing. And yeah,
Yeah.
but do you think there was a similarity between your first episode for the runway and the first episode we did for Engineer Thoughts?
Engineer thoughts. Oh no, nah. There was no similarity. That one, I think. Oh, you see, Engineer thoughts, episode 1. That was our pilot episode.
Yeah,
We literally didn't know what the hell we were doing
at all.
at all. Like
We're waffling.
we were waffling,
2
bro.
hours of waffling.
2 hours. I think it's 2 hours 20 minutes of pure,
Yeah,
unfiltered waffling, and
zero structure.
I feel for the people who actually listened through that episode, man. Like
Hey, those
honestly,
ones, they're the real ones, yo.
I'm sorry,
The
guys,
real
if
ones.
you listened to that, because it had no structure. We were just, we were just doing it for the sake of doing it.
Yeah, because
And
it was an idea. We were excited. We're like, let's start. Let's
you
do this.
know, it
But
was the
as to
type
actually
of
the way
vibe.
forward, it was still a bit hazy.
It was not a bit.
Yeah, that's when you know who your true friends are. The guys watch that. You guys are
Yeah,
the ones.
Can I quickly get my charger? My battery is starting.
Yeah, cool. Wait, can you hear any of the background noise? Like, is it very loud?
No, I can't hear anything actually.
Of course, Owens are watching Man U versus Man City.
Even we have to
So
finish and go watch the match.
Wait, did you put on the timer?
I didn't put on a timer this time, but I know what time we started, so I can just work
What time
back.
did we start?
We started at around 20 past 7.
6.
7. Oh snap! 20 past 6 Central African time.
Wait, no. If it's Central African, isn't that past 5?
What's the time there, Mister?
Bruh, it's like 6:38.
That's Central African time.
Yeah, it's 6:38.
CAT.
Yeah. So we started 10 minutes ago. 15 minutes ago.
Somewhere there, yeah.
Okay, so that means let's make it an hour.
Okay, cool.
And then yeah. Okay, I'm starting the time.
Okay. Wait, an hour from now.
Mm.
You can just say 45 minutes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna edit this out, but yeah.
I will see her.
We'll see.
Expose.
But basically, what was I talking about?
Basically.
Yeah, episode 1 of Engineered Thoughts and episode 1 of the Runway Live. Two different episodes. 2 different episodes. Like
all together. Yeah, at least there
all
was a bit of
together.
experience when it came to the first episode of the runway.
Yeah,
You
and
see, people knew where things
people
were
knew,
going.
and not just on my side, even on Una Ludo's side. Una Ludo has some experience with podcasting. She used to podcast with her friends. I don't know if you know Karen Tafa and those guys.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about their podcast and watched a
Yeah,
few episodes.
yeah. They. So it's she knows, she knows what it is to stand behind a camera, talk into a mic, and talk about something that's probably gonna be on the internet almost
Trying to
forever.
fill in those awkward silent gaps
Yeah,
and
exactly.
all those dynamics.
And trying also to not bore people and keep things short and meaningful.
Exactly.
So that's that's those are two different episode ones. But I'm thankful for
Yeah.
both of them because episode one of Engineer Thoughts showed me how to podcast. Episode one of the Runway Live showed me that, well, we've come this far, hey? And we can still get better. That's really what I learned.
Yeah, that's always the main point when it comes to venturing into something new.
Yeah.
Even though it's still podcasting, you're podcasting with a different host.
Mm-hmm.
You are probably engaging into different conversations from what you'd
Yeah.
engage in here, engineer thoughts. Maybe not very different, but different in a way.
Yeah.
So you said there are still ways to go. This is where we are. It's almost like it was a benchmark for you. So yeah, I'm glad you agreed to do that. And
You're just calling me a street man. Now you're glad.
yeah, no, glad. No, isn't it? We have to have a balance. Diss you this side and this side, pat you on the back. There should be a balance, as all things should have.
Okay. No, I feel you. So yeah, that was yeah, I think that's how I felt. It I really liked it because I could understand what we were talking about. I could point it down. We actually sat down and planned it together and we worked it out how we're gonna do it and how long we were planning on taking. Yeah.
Okay, so let's now turn our attention towards engineered thoughts. And since now we're in at the beginning of our podcasting year, in quotes,
Season
what do
2.
you think our vision or our main theme is for this year?
Engineer thoughts. Man, to say I have a theme, I don't know. But I know this. Engineered thoughts, one thing has to grow.
Yeah, true.
Not just followership or all those metrics. Those are boring numbers anyways. But I mean, us personally, as the hosts of this show, we have to make better content. Not for the numbers, but because we can make better content. So why not?
True.
Yeah, that's one thing. And engineer thoughts, we're planning on bringing not just our own voices, episode 1 to episode 6, season 1, beginning, and no. We're planning on bringing new voices, man. New faces, new ideas, new thoughts, new things to talk about. And we don't want it to just stick between Masimba and I. We want it to
that
be,
can get very
it gets monotonous,
synonymous very quickly.
Yeah. We need to see there's 7 billion people on this planet, man. 2 people can be talking on the same show every day.
Forever and ever.
Forever and ever. 7 billion. So we need to hear at least some part of that 7 billion, even if it's not like 6,000 or anything, but some part. We need your voices to be here and to discuss some cool stuff. And yeah, and I think engineer thoughts, I want my biggest desire is for us to discuss things that would end up making meaningful change into society. maybe discuss some things regarding the economy, maybe discuss some things regarding social justice or social injustice,
Mm.
maybe discuss things regarding school, although we've touched on that quite a lot,
A lot.
quite a lot. But if
A
need
lot.
be,
I think people are even
I like,
they're tired.
baki ba school hela ba.
Let's go. Hell
You
about
know,
Kola.
um, I want us to also discuss things regarding the pursuit of purpose, why
Mm,
we believe the things we believe, the religious
mm,
views, how we see the world. And yeah, man, I just want us, the name still suggests, we're still engineering thoughts here, when manipulating them, or looking at them, or calculating them, or stretching them, or squeezing them, or playing around
mm.
with them as much as they can be played around with, so that in the end, at the end of the day, the thought comes as it is, but the truth rises to where it's supposed
Up
to.
to where it's supposed to be.
And
Yeah.
we as human beings or listeners get to see what we're going to do with the truth.
Hmm.
I've always said this, I think, even when we were starting Engineered Thoughts, that my goal is to not feed someone um a I'm not trying to shove something down someone's throat.
Mm.
I'm trying to help you see the world how I see it.
You're
And
planting a seed.
I'm just planting a seed. And I'm also in the process trying to see if my seed that I'm planting is actually a correct seed. So we're thinking things out together. And like, because my goal is not to shove something down into you, you get to
Mm.
choose what you want to do after you listen to Engineered Thoughts. If you're going to say, this guy is talking trash, I'm talking trash,
So
my
be
G.
it.
Yeah, you can leave. Like, I mean, of course, I'm going to be like, man, okay, thinks I'm talking trash. Sad. But then I move on. Like, that's the
Yeah.
painful part. You have to move on. If you really liked what we were talking about, that's amazing. Like, it really is. And yeah, that's it, really. We're trying to build a community of thinkers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think I agree when you say our main focus, especially for this year,
Mm.
it should be, of course, for each and every year,
Every year,
there should be
Baba.
an increase in delivery and an increase in quality when it comes to our videos.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, we decided that one way of having that increase is to add another voice, is to add another mind, so
Yeah.
that there will be an increase in thoughts, an increase in ideas,
Yeah.
an increase in things to think about or to talk about.
Always.
So with that, hopefully we'll be having quite a few number of guests on the podcast this year
I
who
already
can,
have some who are
you
ready.
see, yeah, we already have some on the books, and
Yes.
hopefully we can add more to those as more
Always.
episodes come and people become more interested in what we're doing.
You know.
So yeah, hopefully by the end of the year, when we look back,
Mm-hmm.
we can say, wow, that was a big year for us in terms of quality, in terms
Yeah,
of productivity. You get, because
Yeah.
sometimes when there's no quality, or when we feel like things are not moving the way
Mm-hmm.
that we would like things to move, there may be a bit of inconsistency when it
Yeah.
comes to the delivery of the
Of
product.
the content. That's
So
true.
so that's why we decided, we're going to add more voices. We're going to interview people with interesting past, presence, and even potentially amazing futures for themselves.
Man,
So,
that's the nice
I'm really
part.
excited about this year. And hopefully, with all that happening, there will
Mm-hmm.
also be growth between us, as he said, as hosts, that we can better ourselves in all the possible aspects.
And I think that's the important part, man. Just the bettering ourselves where we can. You know, there's this quote that I found when I was still in high school. It says, "What a man can be, he must be." Now you have to take that quote with a pinch of salt because you may throw it around. But what
Yeah,
I
you know,
got,
there are a lot of variants.
yeah, you can misinterpret it. But I think what I learned from it was that if you can do good, do it, man. If you can do
Mhm.
better, and by can I mean it's literally in your
Your
innate
hands.
ability, you should do it. If you can be better, be that. If you can love people, if you have the ability to love people, love them.
Mm.
And yeah, man, I think that should be the case with us as well. If we can
Yeah,
make good
because you know,
content, good.
as human beings, we have a lot of innate ability, like you said,
Yeah,
which we are not inclined, you know, to poke into and to
yeah,
delve into, because it takes work. Of course, it takes effort,
all the
and that's not always
time.
something that people are trying to,
Yeah.
you know, go into. Something that takes energy out of you,
Hmm.
something that takes your time, that takes your commitment. So I think people should have a change of mentality, and that's us included.
Hey,
When it
bro.
comes to, we can see there's an opportunity to do something here, for us to actually go and do it. You get,
It doesn't
because
get
as
better
time
than that.
goes, it might be something you regret, or
Hmm.
it might be something that someone else will delve into, and then your mind now becomes filled with what ifs and all that. You get, and
There's nothing
regret
as painful as
is
what ifs.
never, it's never something you want to carry on your back.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's what we want to do for engineer thoughts. We're just trying to be better, for ourselves and for you guys. So let's join. Let's do this, man.
Yeah, definitely. Let's
Mm-hmm.
try and move and see what happens,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And also, it would be appreciated if you guys gave us feedback, you gave us ideas of in the comments below.
I
And
think it's a good question. It's a good point. It's a good episode to bring that up. If
mhm,
you guys want us to talk about something this season, please write it down in the comments below. We never really talk about this, we just
yeah,
we never really,
we just go.
yeah, but we really want to hear what you guys want to hear about as well, because after all, man, you are the audience, and bruh.
Yeah, you are the people who are delivering the content to.
So
So
yeah,
of course it would be appreciated if we actually knew what you guys wanted to hear,
what people
and
want.
what sort of people you want to listen to, and
Yeah.
all those different things, so that it becomes tailored to your tastes and to what you prefer.
And I think it's also like it just helps us make more content because we don't have to spend, of course, there's going to be those episodes or things we want to talk about that no one's really gonna bring it up. But
Hmm.
that, in addition to what someone else says, yeah, you guys, can you guys talk about this, or can you guys feature me as a guest in your show or something? I want to talk about this with you guys. Hey,
Hmm.
man, who knows? Who knows how much that can do? So
Yeah,
let's do it. Write in the comments below what you guys think you'd want us to discuss or think through, and we'll see how it goes.
yeah, we'll definitely see how it goes. Like he said, if you feel like you have something you'd like to talk to, you know, and you'd like to be featured on the podcast and all that, very well, you never know, you know, you might
Mhm.
be in one of the Engineered Thoughts episodes, and you might be able to voice out your opinions and
Mhm.
engineer your own thoughts, and they'll be published on this channel. So
Exactly.
so yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It just leave something down below. Give us ideas of what you want, like I said, so that it can be tailor-made to your tastes and your preferences.
Something, bruv.
So yeah.
Legit. And while we're still at that, for those that may not know, the podcast is bi-weekly. So
Mhm.
Engineer Thoughts will be up every 2 weeks, or if you want to think about it another way, twice a month. So
Every month.
this is because we are still students and we need an
Hey,
education. So
School childs.
exactly. So school childs, man. And so we're trying to we're trying to keep our end of the agreement this season and dropping every bi-weekly, and we hope you enjoy that, man.
Yeah, remember, Katlego said this on the podcast. I hope it
Ish.
doesn't edit this out. He
I'm
said
not gonna
twice a
edit
week,
it out. I'm not gonna
once
edit it
every
out.
two
I'm
weeks.
not gonna
You
edit
get
it out.
so if there are no uploads every fortnight, then ask
Fortnite.
questions in the comments and
Exact.
just better this guy.
Ask questions in the comments. DM if you know who I am. Just do the
I
things.
like how I placed myself outside of this
No,
scenario.
sir, this is your show as well.
Yeah, that's like, yeah, better him.
This is your show as well. You can't just be doing that. It's not fair. It's not fair. I'm being
So yeah,
serious.
like you said, we're going to try to do it twice every month. So I'm guessing we should have a minimum of 15 to 20 episodes
Towards the end of the year.
by the end of this year. So that is our goal, and hopefully we will live up to those promises.
Hopefully, man. So this is us also signing an agreement with you guys that, look, man, we're trying to take you on this journey for about like twice a week. I think twice a month or once every 2 weeks. So yeah, we're now putting ourselves in deep waters.
Deep waters.
Deep. But yeah, man.
But I'm excited, man, because there are a lot of new things. I just moved to a new house, you know.
Oh yeah.
As you can see with the new picture in the background, and
damn,
you know, new year.
You just
course,
traveled
new
and
content on the podcast, just knew everything.
Ish. What's new,
Yeah,
though? What's new on your side?
Huh?
What's new on your side?
Nothing much. Hey, I just arrived, you know. I bet the guys I live with are like, this guy hella, unna hella limontu. I recorded the podcast.
Homebody.
As soon as I get in, 2 hours later, the guy is already sitting in front of a laptop.
Ish.
But then, yeah, I'm excited. You know, new
Yeah.
area. Hopefully, I'm not gonna get mugged.
Please don't, dog.
All those different things.
I'm being serious. Now, don't get mugged.
I want to. I'm streetwise.
There's nothing as sad as getting mugged.
I watched the Global Runway episodes, so I'm streetwise. So yeah, do you think we have any? Do you have anything else to discuss? I feel this was just, you know, an intro and just us greeting you guys and saying hi.
It was a nice intro, and I think we really, to be honest, man, we don't have anything to discuss this episode. We were just taking you through what's up, you know, what's new this side. On my side, I made it to semester 2, so I'm happy.
On my side, it's a whole new year.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm nervous. I don't know what's coming, but I'm excited as well for the new challenges.
Yeah, you know,
in all aspects of my life. So yeah.
So that's about it, and maybe we can also hear from you what's new on your side and what's been developing. What's up? What's popping, man? What's good? What's chilling? What's cracking? Whatever you guys say in your native slang.
Whatever you kids say these days.
Whatever you kids. Exactly. So yeah, on my side, I was being interviewed. So as a person being interviewed, I don't have much to say.
Crazy stuff, eh?
Exactly. So you just watched your first interview from Masimba to the soul engineer.
Hey, come to think of it, I didn't really say much during this episode, eh?
You did, dog. What do you mean?
I was just asking questions and let you waffle.
I'm not waffling. This guy.
I'm joking.
We last waffled in episode 1. I'm being honest.
So yeah, hopefully 2 weeks from when this episode is published, we'll be having our very first guest. So be excited. Yeah. And hopefully it will be a really good one. So I guess this is us. This is us signing out again. Don't forget to like and comment. If you love this video, if you love this content, and if you're excited for what's to come. And also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, The Soul Engineer. What are you pointing down at?
In everything is in the
Oh, the stuff is in the
description.
description below.
You
Hey, hi.
know.
So
Nah,
yeah,
it's
everything
okay.
is in the description below.
Yeah.
So this has been us, and we are signing out of this video. Please do take care of yourselves. We'll
Hey,
see you in
that's
the next
important.
episode. Peace.
Soul Engineer out.